Alright, here we are at daily race A for this week. It's high-speed ring in the Fiat 500. There's my little Fiat 500. It's in Ferrari yellow Modena. Full throttle off the line, don't need traction control in this car, and we get a good start. And what's interesting about this circuit is it seems that there's some people who don't know how to take what is the sort of second corner but the first real big event of the lap, as evidenced in this video. I kind of thought that everyone kind of knew how to take it, especially in this game. If you've done the circuit experience in the Pagani, you'll know this is how you need to do it. It took quite a wide line to begin with here, which obviously let quite a few cars through, but it kind of helped me to, one, stay out of trouble, and two, swing through with a little bit more pace here. And now we're heading down into this corner. Watch what half of these cars do and what me and a few others do, and see what the outcome is out at the other end of the corner. The wide line is way quicker and you carry way more momentum down to this next corner. Do not try and take the apex. Stay wide, use the banking, keep the momentum. In these 500s, you can almost do it without lifting. If you're doing qualifying, you can do it without lifting. In the race, I don't know whether the tyres have got a little bit less grip or it's because you're often in the slipstream of someone else, you carry more speed. But you can't quite do it flat out in the race, I've found so far. But yeah, that's the way to take the first corner. And interesting little race now. I kind of didn't take the best line through this final bend, and I'm not sure whether to be in fourth or not, but you can see this guy has got a major run on me. And this is going to be kind of theme of the rest of this race. Hyper Mega has just given us a little bump draft almost, and that's taken us away from being overtaken by the other Fiat 500, by Flint, and it's kind of pushed us back up onto Adrian, who's in front of us. And Hyper Mega is going to give us another little bump, and earlier on I gave him a little flash on the indicators, and I'll continue to do that every time someone helps me with a little bump draft, because as you can see, it's put us right into position to fight for the win of this race. So almost like a bit of unofficial teamwork here. Once again, going to the outside of this corner, everyone else is following us now. We know it's quicker, just a little bit on the throttle, feathering it through there, maintain a lot of momentum, and you can see it's just so much quicker than trying to take the apex. I find that the suspension's so wallowy on this 500, it's kind of hard to take this corner cleanly. You can see the guys behind. If you look in the rear view, brutality, man, that's just horrible. But we do get overtaken here by Hyper Mega. He's taken a great line through those last few corners and carried a lot of momentum. Brilliant racing, but the slipstream has kind of brought us back into it, and you can hear now we're kind of running differently. He's holding third, I'm holding fourth. So see how this kind of works out. I've got the inside line, which should be of a small benefit, and it looks like we've kind of got this pass done, and it's pulling Bunter through into second place. Again, it gives me just a little tap there, a little bit of a bump draft, and this is now the three-way race for the final lap to see who's going to win this one, and it's going to be a close finish. Keep your eyes on this. Once again, now through the slip, Bunter's got a run on me, but Hyper Mega is choosing to use me to pull him along, to keep him in this fight. So just a little tap, and that pushes me back ahead. But you can see now the slipstream starting to work. I'm desperately trying not to use too much steering through this corner so I don't scrub any speed. That's why I don't dive for the apex. Kind of allows Bunter through, but again we get a little bump and that pushes us ahead. But also, if you look in the rear view mirror, you can see Bunter tries to take a tighter line, and it doesn't really work. Kind of gains at this point, but from the exit of the corner onwards, he's losing out. so it's definitely quicker to go around that outside of that bend. Now it's this tricky corner. I know Hyper Mega is quick through here, so I've got to be kind of careful, trying to carry a bit more pace. I make a mess of it once again, but cover the inside here, which maybe that cut across him a little bit. I didn't really realize it, how close he was at the time, so unfortunately I might have cost him a lot of time there. But we're coming into the final sort of right left, and the most important thing is trying to get an exit. The problem I've got, these two have got the slipstream down the straight, and there's not a lot of power in this car, so this is going to give them a real advantage. But I don't want to be a dick about it, so I'm not going to block them or anything. I'm just going to try and take as smooth a line as I can, not scrub any speed, and what will be will be. We're in a straight drag race to the line. They're fighting with each other. Who's going to get it? Who's going to get it? We have a little luck. On the line, Bunter had it, but in the finish, in these, I've won by 0.003 of a second. That's a fun race. That was close. If you enjoyed this, hit the like, hit the subscribe, all the cheesy bullshit. See you in the next one.